All right, so some crappy news. More women are charged with pregnancy related crimes since Roe's End study finds, which should come as a surprise to absolutely anybody. Um, oh, and by the way, in a lot of these states, maternal mortality has gone up for those who are so dead set on considering abortion health care. Yeah, that would not have happened. That there's a reason these mortality rates are going up, and it's not because of some coincidence. But anyway, let's do this one. It became more common for authorities to charge women with crimes related to their pregnancies after the fall of Roe v. Wade in 2022, a new study found, even if they're almost never accused of violating abortion bans. All right. In the year after the U.S. Supreme Court ended the nationwide right to abortion in its Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization ruling, at least 210 women across the country were charged with crimes related to their pregnancies, according to the report released by Pregnancy Justice, an advocacy organization. That's the highest number the group has identified over any 12-month period in research projects that have looked back as far as 1973. Wendy Bach, a professor at the University of Tennessee College of Law and one of the lead researchers on the project, said one of the cases was when a woman delivered a stillborn baby at her home about 6 or 7 months into her pregnancy. Bach said that when the woman went in to make funeral arrangements, the funeral home alerted authorities and the woman was charged with homicide. I mean, that's just nuts. Stillborns are a thing. They happen. Would it be great if those never occurred? Of course. But they happen. How is it the woman's fault? Because of confidentiality provisions in the study, Bach would not reveal more details on the case, but it was one of 22 cases in the study that involved the death of a fetus or infant. It's an environment where pregnancy loss is potentially criminally suspect, Lourdes Rivera, president of Pregnancy Justice, said in an interview. So just think about it. You're grieving over a stillbirth. And then you're charged with murder? I mean, come on. It's a stillbirth. The doctors were there. They saw it. It's not like this was some mystery. The researchers cautioned that the tally of cases from June 24, 2022 through June 23, 2023 is an undercount, as were earlier versions. As a result, they can't be positive there wasn't a stretch between 1973 and 2022 with as many cases as after the Dobbs ruling. During the earlier period, they found more than 1,800 cases, peaking at about 160 in 2015 and 2017. Most of the cases since Roe's End include charges of child abuse, neglect, or endangerment in which the fetus was listed as the victim. Most involved allegations of substance use during pregnancy, including 133 where it was the only allegation. The group said most of the charges do not require proof that the baby or fetus was actually harmed. Okay, how messed up is that? They don't require proof? I mean, that's basically saying that that the whole purpose of this is to harm women. Oh, you had the misfortune of not doing your job correctly? Well, we're going to charge you with murder. Because obviously, the only job a woman has is to have a live birth. That's her only job, and if things go south, obviously it's her fault. Huh? And you don't even need to prove it? Wow. I mean, that's just how could you claim that you respect women when you do shit like that? Only one charge in the report alleged violations of an abortion ban, and it was a law that was later overturned. Citing privacy concerns, the researchers did not identify the state where that charge originated. 4 others involved abortion-related allegations, including evidence that a woman who was charged had abortion pills. Bach pointed to the news organization ProPublica's reporting last week about 2 Georgia women whose deaths a state commission linked to the state law that bans abortion in most cases after the first 6 weeks of pregnancy. The family of one of them, Candy Miller, said she was avoiding seeking medical treatment after she took abortion pills for fear of being accused of a crime. That is just so messed up. Alright. States with abortion bans, including 14 that bar it at all stages of pregnancy, and 4, such as Georgia, where it's illegal after about the first 6 weeks, have exceptions for women who self-manage abortions. But Bach said that people seeking abortions have been charged with other crimes. She did not want to seek help because of her fear that she would be prosecuted, Bach said. That is a really realistic fear. Like I said, this is so messed up. The majority of the cases in the study came from just 2 states, Alabama with 104 and Oklahoma with 68. The next state was South Carolina with 10. Rivera said a common thread of those 3 states, which were also among the states with the most cases of pregnancy-related charges before the Dobbs ruling, is that the Supreme Courts had issued opinions recognizing fetuses, embryos, or fertilized eggs as having the rights of people. Alrighty. Several states have laws that give fetuses at least some rights of people, and the concept received broad attention earlier this year when Alabama clinics suspended offering in vitro fertilization after a state Supreme Court ruling recognized embryos as extrauterine children in a wrongful death case brought by couples whose frozen embryos were destroyed in an accident. Within weeks, the Republicans who controlled the state government adopted a law to protect IVF providers from legal liability. We really need to separate healthcare from punishment, Rivera said. This just has tragic endings and does not properly address the problem. It creates more problems. And that is the end of that article, and all I can say is, again, how messed up is it that women who are going through problem pregnancies and who aren't even trying to terminate, but either miscarry or have a stillbirth, that immediately suspicion is drawn to the woman. And again, for those who still think that it's not healthcare, I'd like to ask you about this 6-year-old little boy who now has to grow up without a mother because she didn't get a timely abortion and died. And explain to that little boy how she should have been denied healthcare because abortion isn't healthcare, and how her death was justified somehow. Yeah, please do tell me that, because if you still can hear that story and still think, oh no, abortion isn't healthcare, then you are a monster. I do not care how many people I turn off. You do not get to tell women that their death and leaving behind live children, because this woman had a 6-year-old. I'm pretty sure she had a husband. Not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure she had a husband and a 6-year-old. I mean, how deep into this myth of the promiscuous woman who just has an abortion as birth control do you have to be before that you can look at a situation like this and think, yeah, she deserved to die. There was just nothing else that could have been done. I just can't see it. Anyway, that is all I have for this article. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.